Alcoa is a set of guiding principles outlined by the FDA that helps govern data integrity in the manufacturing industry. It was established in 2018 as guidance for manufacturers responsible for data integrity as outlined by 21 CFR Part 11. The term Alcoa is an acronym entailing the various principles as defined by the FDA. It stands for Attributable, Legible, Contemporaneous, Original, and Accurate. By embracing these principles across a company's data management system, businesses can ensure that the data they're collecting is accurate and that outlined processes are being correctly followed. Let's dive into the specifics of each principle. 1. Attributable. In first step, we must identify who, when, what, and why the document was filled out, as this is the meaning of attributable. For better understanding, attributable is a principle that emphasizes the importance of tracing all data back to its original creator. It is important to ensure a signature log is maintained to identify the signatures, initials and/or aliases of people completing paper records. Please be aware, in a validation exercise, remember to initial and date your test results. If you need to adjust a setpoint on a process or monitoring system, make sure you are authorized to do so and log the details of the change in an audit trail. If you make a correction on a lab record, don't forget to initial and date it to show when and who made the adjustment. Second principle of Alcoa is legible. Here you must control whether data are readable and permanent. Can you read and understand the data? Legible handwritten records. Understandable records, especially to audit trail entries. To have legible records, we must ensuring records are readable and permanent assists with its accessibility throughout the data lifecycle. This includes the storage of human-readable metadata that may be recorded to support an electronic record. As tips for daily routine, always use indelible ink when completing records to follow good documentation practices. When making corrections to paper records, use a single line to strike out the old information for legibility. Control your paper records/forms and format them with enough space for all necessary information. Corrections to electronic records should include previous results, the person who made the changes, and a date and time stamp. Third principles of Alcoa is contemporaneous. Watch the rest of video to delve deeper into the importance of contemporaneous documentation in ensuring data integrity and compliance. Are our data contemporaneous? Or in other words, are data, observations and activities recorded in a timely manner? Contemporaneous means to record the result, measurement or data at the time the work is performed. Date and time stamps should flow in order of execution for the data to be credible. Data should never be backdated. Pro tips for ensuring data are contemporaneous. Remember to record observations at the designated time. Make sure to record activities when they are carried out. It can be challenging to verify this requirement during a second-person review, as paper is patient. When using a computer system to generate electronic records, carefully review the system architecture to ensure accurate time stamping of data at the time of capture or creation, not after waiting in a queue for an unknown amount of time. Another important aspect of Alcoa is original that I will discuss about it in this video. To know more about original principle in Alcoa, we must first define some keywords. The original data in its natural form as collected by Alcoa. Unaltered state is the data has not been changed or modified in any way. A true copy is an exact replica of the original data, without any alterations. And source data or raw data. We should know the initial data that was collected or recorded. The data should be original rather than copies or transcripts. This is especially true for paper records. Keep the original records in line with the FDA's record retention policy. The retention period depends on the product type and expiration date. Manufacturers should plan for extended storage of accurate data copies to meet this requirement. Pro tips to check the originality of data and documents. 1. Data is recorded directly on a controlled blank paper form. 2. The original record can be accurately distinguished from a copy. 3. Copies, whether paper or electronic, are generated through a formal process to ensure they are formally verified, such as a true or certified copy. 4. For copied electronic data, all essential metadata and the original record format are included. 5. GXP-relevant electronic data must be properly identified and included in the copy process. The last principle of Alcoa is accurate, identified and included in the copy process. Based on accurate principle, we must find out whether the data value or action is right and correct or not. What is the meaning of accurate data? Accurate means that the data should be error-free and accurately represent the observations or parameters it was intended to capture. If the recorded data meets all the criteria mentioned above but is incorrect, then the data becomes invalid. Any modifications or updates to the data must be supported by relevant documents. Pro tips to ensure our data is accurate. 1. Make sure to apply good documentation practices when making corrections on paper. 2. Document any modifications made to electronic data using audit trail entries. 3. Control access to electronic data. 4. Clearly define the process for capturing data on paper records. 5. Record data accurately, including the expected format and precision.